In a recent video, I remember talking to you guys about how I felt I was in a state of transition. I feel like things are changing. I felt like maybe I needed to change. I just felt the momentum of something while also feeling the resistance of me trying to hold on to the past. And of course, these situations do give you the opportunity for sacrifice, for self-reflection, for learning about yourself. And today is the, I don't even know, the 17th or something. Today is the 17th of September, 2024. And I am sad and yet not sad to say today I surrendered my cat to the Rhode Island, or more specifically the Warwick, here in Rhode Island, ASPCA. So I adopted my cat 4 or 5 years ago from the Mohawk Hudson ASPCA in the Capital Region in upstate New York. And that was an experience, to say the least. And I've had her for, many years. We lived in my studio apartment when I first got her, which arguably was pretty small for a cat, but, we survived. And after just about 3 years, I was forced to move out due to crazy neighbor and dealing with, the police and all this stuff. So I moved back to my mother's house and I lived in a bedroom along with my cat. Now, of course, I had a harness and a leash and I walk her, all the time outside in the yard and all that stuff. And that was fun. And for a while that worked. But I knew I wanted to leave my mom's, house, because at the time I was like 20 something, early 20s. And who isn't in their early 20s who wants to be independent? Or at least that's how I felt as a young man. Just based on my upbringing and my view of the pursuit of happiness as an American, it just seems like this is what you do. This is the next step. If you go to college or if you don't, you need to leave. So that's how I felt. And, after I went back to my mom's with my cat, I definitely felt like, all right, it's time to, let's get out of here. And, whether it was that time or when I moved to finally a 1-bedroom apartment out in Woonsocket, Rhode Island, and then lived there for about a year. And then I had to transition out of that place to living in my family's cottage by the bay, which is really cool for like vacations and stuff, but it's not where you want to live necessarily. I mean, it's really cool. I could actually live here. But they do turn the water off in a couple of weeks and it gets freezing here. So it's not, it's Rhode Island, so there's good and bads, but I definitely wouldn't say when I moved in here, which was always going to be a temporary thing with my cat, that I was going to, look to extend this beyond what I was being allowed and offered to stay by family so graciously, and I appreciate them so much for that. So, after having my own apartment, then going back to my mom's house, then having another apartment, then going to, the family's cottage here, it just, to me, is showing that, all these different situations from my life, I'm definitely trying things out, and I love that. I love having the freedom to do so. But all throughout, I have brought my cat to living in, unfortunately, most recently, into a cage, either a single bedroom situation or a studio, like one room, or in the 1-bedroom was not, it was good. I wish I could have stayed in that situation, but I'm glad I left. But there's a lot of details around moving. But this video is just about making tough decisions in the state of transition. So I have faced over the years, when I moved here, moved there, moved in and moved out and all this stuff. Like I said, when I moved here, much more strict rules on my cat's freedom. She was not able to roam free, as that's when I think about having a pet, I think about having a house pet, them free in the house. And, I'm not blaming the people, I'm not blaming the family members who let me stay here with my cat. I'm just saying, with allergies and all this stuff, I understand the circumstance. But when I adopt and have an animal, I want to have them be a house animal and be free to exist freely. And they're an animal. They don't want to be caged up. And that was something that had to happen for me to stay here where I'm currently living. And basically moving on into the next, I'll be moving again in a couple of weeks, back to my mom's house into a small bedroom. And, I'm not going to keep dragging my cat here, there in tiny little cubicles to live in. But most recently, in working and living here, I'll be working 9 hours or whatever a day, or going to do something, and I can't bring my cat with me, and she, while staying here, has to be in the cage. So overnight she has to be in the cage because she escapes the bedroom and goes willy-nilly all over the place. So we're talking, 8 hours at night in the cage, and then I wake up, feed her, walk her, whatever, and then I gotta put her back in the cage to go to work for 9 hours or whatever. Then I come home, she's free for a couple hours, then it's back in the cage at night. It's just, maybe that's okay for certain people. It was starting to weigh on me. Not on my personal freedom. It was more like, I am trying to survive and make this work, but I'm literally trapping her into a cage where I know if I just take my hands off and allow someone else to take care of her, then she'll have a better shot than what I can offer now. I felt this struggle, this back and forth tug of war, between, just the guilt of, oh, well, if you give her up, then you're a piece of crap, owner and all this stuff. But also it's like, well, you're a piece of crap owner for keeping her trapped in a cage, for 10 hours plus. I don't mean like in one stretch. I mean like, every day and night, cage. So, I definitely felt the struggle around this whole thing, like what is best. And I won't lie and ignore another clear benefit is that, I'm 28, I'm single. Well, actually, I'm not single. No kids yet. And I'm trying to redefine what my life is going to be. And, long before any relationship or anything like that, like I said, for years, I've been thinking, what am I going to do, about my cat? I've called the New York, ASPCA, the shelter for my cat. I've called them twice over the years and say, I think I can't provide a place anymore. I think I have to bring her back. And each time I said, no, forget that. I'm not doing that because, I love my baby. But it really got to this point where I had to make this tough decision. I don't know what my life is going to be like in the next 6 months. I imagine that I'm going to be moving in the next couple of weeks, and then hopefully within 6 months I will be moving yet again, just constantly moving, constantly in different situations. And while I am looking forward to that, I have to also give, the attention to the reality that my newfound flexibility is all thanks to me being able to say, you know what, this is for her best, meaning my cat. This is for her betterment of her life, new family, hopefully being around other animals, camaraderie and love and all of this stuff. And maybe she can be a blessing to another family, as well as the blessing that I'm giving and returning to myself, which is the freedom, being young, being a young American, trying to take on these responsibilities and trying to be able to go out and work maybe a 12-hour shift and not worried that my cat is, I haven't fed her in so many hours or whatever. She deserves better. And, so do I. So I think the 5 years that we had together was a good experience, and, we shared a lot of love, and I really do hope, I kept her in good health and good spirits the whole time. And I just hope only good and positive things for her. Sounds like I'm talking about a breakup about, a person, but no, it was my cat of 5 years. So, I love her dearly. And I really just can't wait for her to be adopted. The people at the ASPCA told me, we always vet our potential applicants, and they, for adoption, and they will usually, cats will be in there for less than a week, a week, 2 weeks, and then boom, they're out of there into their new home. So I personally just feel very good about this decision. Yes, for her sake, but also for my own sake. So I'm not holding myself back in any ways. I'm free to pursue whatever it is and do whatever it is I'm supposed to be doing. And I'm just excited that I allowed myself to brave the uncomfortable feeling of being in that office and handing over the cat or handing over my baby and knowing that this is the last time I'm going to be sleeping with her and cuddling on a couch, and this is the last time I'm going to be, whatever it is, eating food with her. It's the last time I'm going to feed her. It's the last time I'm going to change her litter box. All those things, like, time slowed way down this morning and it sped up really quickly. And it was just such a, roller coaster of emotions. And right now I have to go off to my day job, so I can, continue to work and save and pursue life. And I'm just sitting here, 30 minutes ago I had my cat and now I don't. So it's definitely, it is a strange feeling. Ultimately though, for anybody who's facing this, I want you to know that the feeling, even though it is scary, you feel like, oh my God, I'm a piece of crap. Oh my God, I'm in this office now handing over my cat. Oh my God, like I just gave her away, I'm driving away. Like, oh my God, all these feelings, I'm gonna put her into this cage and then put her into the car, and like, this is real. Those are all feelings that you will feel because you care for this animal, and that is just the reality of what the situation is. But I will say, for me, and I'm probably more, I live in my extremes with my emotions sometimes, but I also, as a result of that and self-reflection and introspection, I'm able to categorize the feelings and better understand myself to where I won't always be overwhelmed by those extreme emotions. And I do realize that a situation like this will probably leave me feeling a little bit sad or very sad over the next week or so, or maybe more than that, and I'm prepared for that. So I know right now it may seem like he's in denial. He just had his cat, now he doesn't, and now he has to go off to work. I just want to be open, honest, and real with you guys, because I didn't see any videos like this when I was giving my cat away. It was just, when I was considering doing it, it was just like, just people talking from the ASPCA or from the shelter. And I wanted to hear from a true blue American like myself, who was not giving them away for scumbag reasons or anything like that, no abuse or anything. It was just kind of like a clean break for, a shot at a better future for her and for me. And with that, I'm gonna get on out of here. I thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to check out Peace from the East on YouTube. That's my second channel, where we do, just more travel and informational type of videos on wherever we happen to be. I like to do the more, I guess, documentary style videos, but really we're still smoothing out the kinks for how I want that channel to go. Either way, I hope you guys check that out. Otherwise, Davon Raymond here. We just like to keep it more personal, share the reality, things that are going on, and I appreciate your support. That's all I've got for you guys today. So thank you so much for checking out this video. It's okay, you'll be all right. If you give them away to the right people, they will take care of your animal. I hope you guys have a great day, and peace. Geez, what a day. I'm telling you, I'm in a state of transition, but I know things are going to be better on the other end of this. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.